In this video, we are going to learn how to make this election campaign flyer in Canva. So let's jump right to Canva and do that now. So welcome everybody. So what we're going to be doing is actually this, and we have this. It's like design improvement. So the idea is I got this designs for Pinterest. I can notice the same pattern with all of them. They're having this skew text, and we have this skew text, and they are all vote flyers. Those are my inspiration, but normally when you do your design in Canva, it always looks like this. Okay, this is the basic most designers can do with Canva. So how do we move from this to this in Canva? Okay, so we already have everything set up. Okay, let's say this is your design, and how do we improve it? How do we come to this point of having this kind of flyer right in Canva? Okay, so let's say we already have our type and everything in place. These are just basic stuff that you can do. Text alignment, and the font I use here is Neo Month 3 because you want to as you are practicing and you want to start from scratch and wondering what font is that. This one is the same thing. We have the same thing, the same font for everything apart from this one, which is the script font, is the winter pen. Okay, I imported this one into my Canva, so you probably won't get it, but if you have the opportunity to upload into your Canva, that would be cool. Then we have this checker. If you want to get checker, just search for checker 3D or check 3D. Let me search for that, check 3D, and just search. You're going to see a whole lot of them. Then for portraits, what I got was just search for portrait. Okay, portraits, and that's not the spelling of portrait. Let me just put my arrow there, portrait. Okay, and now just come to yeah, you're gonna see this image here of this lady. Okay, that's everything. Then this one, we have the fingerprint, which is just right behind it. In our original design, you'll see it here. Okay, call it fingerprint. Okay, I'm showing you how to get all the elements so that fingerprint, so that when you are practicing, you know what to search for. Come to graphics, and you're going to see a whole lot of them. I think this is the one I used. So that's basically it. Then this checker, the same thing. The only thing is just this cool logo, which you can use your school logo and all that. So with that being said, let's come to our original design and duplicate it. So now what we have is this. So what we can do, we're going to delete this image of the lady, delete it. Then what else do we delete again? These are texts that I've arranged. Okay, I think that's basically. We're going to delete this background too, this fingerprint. Then we have another background, we're still going to delete it. There's another one too, delete it. Those ones aren't just necessary, but this is what we should have, and this is what you're going to be downloading. So you're going to select all of them, right click, and you're going to see download selection. Click on download selection, and what we have now is this. You're going to click on transparent. Then we're going to increase the size to about 2 points or thereabout. Okay, make sure it's transparent because this is very, very important. Okay, just click on download and just give it some time, and we're going to import it back into our design. And once we have that, then we have the full control to be able to skew our text. And make sure that before you download, you've already arranged all your elements this way. Okay, make sure that you've arranged everything this way, the way you want it to be before you download. Don't download your elements separately, download everything at once. So we're going to call this skew and just download. And what we can do now, we're going to navigate to my download folder, and I'm going to bring it back into the design. So here we have it, and we're going to drag it, and it's going to upload. What I can do now is to create a new page. Okay, and we're going to drag our new upload into the new page. So now what we have is this. Okay, now we have this. Now the next thing we're going to do now is to skew it. Now to skew our text, we're going to come to app. Okay, and we're going to come to we're going to search for distortify or distortly. Distorts, and just put ly, distortly. Now this is the word. Okay, right here, this app here, this is the one we're going to be using. And once that is loaded, then we'll be able to skew our design. We're going to use the free mode, not the perspective. Use the free mode. You can practice with the perspective later just to see how it works. But here, what we can do now is to come to this bottom part. You're going to see this little dots here at the edge. So come to this one, just push it a little bit. Don't push it too much. Okay, just a little bit, tiny movement. Okay, and that will be great. Then come to this top here and just drag it down a bit. Tiny movement, not that much, not dramatic like this. Don't do that. Okay, very subtle. Okay, and once you have that, I think I moved this one before, drag it back to the edge, and now all you can do is save and close. Once that is done, now we have our design looking this way. Now the next thing we're going to do, we're going to duplicate our design 3 times. Let's just alt drag. So let's place this one here, and let's alt drag again. Let's place this one here. So this one, now we're going to come here and do something like this. Okay, and now we're going to come here and trim off this part. Okay, for this part we can't really trim it off, because if we trim it off, we're going to be trimming off this edge. So what we can do to remove this part is to come to erase and come to pixel erase. With pixel erase, we can just come here, increase your brush size, come here, and we can just wipe off this part. Okay, because we don't really need it. We can also clean off this part because we don't need it. So now what we have is this. Okay, it's clean and tidy. So we're going to drag this one back into our design and make sure it's the same size. And what we can do is to trim off this part. We're going to drag this one now back into our design, and what we can do now is to trim off this part. Again, we have this part that's going to be showing on our design because of this little edge, because if we try to trim it so close, we're still going to be having this little one here. So what we can do again is to come to erase, come to pixel erase, increase your brush size, and you can just clean off all these parts. Okay, and make sure you're careful here and just clean off. Now what we have is this. Close this window, and now we have this clean layout. Now, so how do we color it? Because if you look at our original design, we have this color, right? So you're going to come to your design that you have now and come to app again. You're going to search for another tool. Let me look for, come to app. Okay, now we have our app here, and this time we're going to search for color. Okay, just search for color, and now what we are having is this image color. Okay, is this one that says image colorizer. Okay, just click on it. Now we're going to have this default setting. So what we can do is to come here to change the colors, and I'm going to pick orange. Okay, and I'm going to click off, then come here, I'm going to choose red. Okay, you can choose this default red, or you can come here and just drag your red to the red. Okay, very red. So now we can increase your opacity, that's the transparency, and we can add little noise. Okay, I love noise in my design. And now what we have is this. So what we can do now is to add into our design, and we're going to have the colorized one now in our design. So now what we have is this. Now that we have this, we're going to come to position. I'm going to come to layer, and we're going to delete this one. Okay, this one that is behind, we're going to delete it. Now what we have is this. Okay, cool. And now we're going to bring circle into our design. We're going to hit C on our keyboard. It's going to bring the circle. Now we're going to make the color to be the same with this circle. So what we can do is to use our color picker, and we're going to pick this color here, and it's going to give us the same thing. So what we can do now is to push this one in, and we're going to position it somewhere here. Okay, now we can use our fingerprint. Let's search for fingerprint, and we're going to use it in our design. I'll come to elements and just search for fingerprint. We're going to use this one, and now we can scale it down. Okay, now that we have this, we're going to come to the color and change it to white. Okay, now what we have is this. So we can bring the image of the model now. This one, we're going to copy it, and we're going to paste it on our design. So now what we have is this. So what we can do now is to send her to the back by using our position, then come to arrangement, just place it behind the text. So you can actually select all of this. Okay, this text, the shape, and the fingerprint, and we can group them. Actually hit Ctrl G on your keyboard, is going to group them, then make sure it's behind the image. Okay, cool. Now that we have this, this is supposed to be at the top, and now we have this. Cool, right? So we can come here now and pick this again, make it real big, shift it to the side, and now we can just take down the opacity, and we're going to send it to the back. Okay, send it to the back, and now what we have is this. So we're going to search for check again, check 3D. And now what we have as check 3D, we're going to bring in this one, and we can position it somewhere here like this, and now we can alt drag to duplicate, make it a little bit smaller, and just put it by the side like this. So the last one we're going to bring now is the light. We're going to search for light, So we're going to bring in this one that has this diagonal one like this, and we're going to come to flip, and we're going to flip it to the side. We're going to put it like this, and we'll make it real large and bring it real close. What we can do now is to come to edit, come to see all, come to blur, and we're going to blur it out, okay, because we don't want those hard lights falling on the face. So now that we have this, what we can do now is to come to opacity and just take down the opacity. Okay, now that we have that, the last thing we're going to do is to come to the image, and we're going to do normal editing. So what we can do is to come to adjust, come to shadow. I'm going to increase the shadow a little bit. Okay, she's a fair woman, we don't need to work with the shadow. So now we can come to vibrance, and we can come to texture, and what else? Okay, cool. Now this is what we've got so far. So we've been able to take this design from looking like this, okay, to looking like this. Isn't it amazing? Okay, this is where you move from a beginner Canva designer to pro level. You're able to like think through and be able to get those lights, especially these lights. Okay, this light that we introduced at the end, if you take it out now and bring it back in, you can see the difference. Okay, learn how to use that, and your design is going to improve so much, okay, drastically. Okay, this is the one I made before. You can see how bold it is, and we can do some little improvement here because I'm noticing some stuff. I think my opacity here is too low, and our design behind our text, we can actually just come here and improve it. Let's say we drag this a bit and make it bigger. Then the image of the candidate, we can also make it bigger. So now what we have is this. And also when you're making election flyer design, make sure that you add this print, this fingerprint. Somehow it makes your design look better. Like if you look at these ones, this Pinterest image, they are good, okay, but if not for the word vote, you won't actually know that they are voting. But with this fingerprint, it just make the difference. Okay, nobody needs to guess this. Subtle things are the ones that makes the difference. So thanks so much for watching, and do your assignments and submit, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.